Hi, this is Paul. I want to make a video about the whole Brittney Griner being released finally from Russia. They did that prisoner swap with her and the what do you call that guy? The butcher, or whatever. Remember the Nicolas Cage? They made a movie about this guy. That's the arms dealer that worked for the Russians and a whole bunch of bad guys. And and my feeling on it is, they did what the United States did what they had to do. Um, but some people incredibly are saying that they shouldn't have released um, this guy, this butcher. I forgot what his name, the butcher or whatever his name was, but they shouldn't have released him for Brittney Griner. Okay, but let me be perfectly honest. Okay, under normal circumstances, I would agree with you, but this is not normal circumstances. The United States had no leverage. Okay, okay. Russia is fighting a war right now, and the only reason, like I said, they captured Brittney Griner was for propaganda reasons. Okay, they had no, and they never were going to release. Unfortunately, the Marine guy Paul Whelan, who they accused of being a spy, which is may or may not be true, but in any event, they were never going to release Paul Whelan. I think the United States was trying to even, do like a 2-for-1 swap, but they were never going to go for that anyway. And I know there's other Americans, I think in Russia too. I think there's like a teacher too that's stuck in Russia as well. But they were never going to release Paul Whelan with Brittney Griner for this guy. They wanted him specifically for Brittney Griner. That was the deal on the table. And I think the United States was trying every which way to get him out as well. But Russia wasn't having it. Like I said, they have all the leverage and stuff because they got our people. Okay, 2 people that we want, and they weren't going to do it unless that was unless that was the deal. Okay, so and for those people who say, well, he's just sitting there releasing him, he's a terrorist, and he's going to kill more Americans and all this stuff. I think that's a bunch of BS. Okay, this guy was serving like a 25-year sentence, and he was like, I think he served like 15 years of it already. So the guy was going to get released anyway in another 7 years or whatever it was. So we had to do what we had to do to get Brittney Griner in the head. She was just basically used as a political pawn by Putin, okay, to get what he wanted, okay, and we had no leverage against it, and so we did what we had to do. And for those people who are saying, well, she did something illegal and you just should have left her in there, just stop complaining and whining, okay? I was in the service, okay, in the Air Force, and my heart bleeds for any service member captured, and I would want those people to be, freed as soon as possible. But they're going to have to try to make some other kind of deal because, like I said, Russia has all the leverage, unfortunately, at the moment. And so the only deal that we could get to get her back was to release this this arms deal. That was the only deal that we could get that was offered that Russia was going to go for. So that was the only deal we could get to get her. And I think getting any American back, if you do what you had to do to get them back, okay, you got to do what you got to do, okay? And so I know people saying, well, this guy's a bad guy. You don't want him he's going to kill a bunch of future Americans and all this stuff. I think they're being short-sighted. Like in the normal circumstances, I think you don't do that deal, but you had to do the deal that that was on the table. That was the only way of getting her back. Like I said, she was basically used as a pawn, and just like Paul Whelan is being used as a pawn in this whole Russia, Russia, they're in the midst of this war with Afghanistan, and Vladimir Putin is the bad guy. He's the bad guy. He's the one that people should be angry about. Don't be mad at Brittney Griner saying, oh, she broke the law. So that she had a couple of ounces of oil, okay, which is a bunch of BS. And people don't normally get stopped for that, okay? They recognize who she was, and that she was, that she was a name, and they saw an opportunity to use her as leverage to get what they wanted, okay? And they took advantage of it, okay? That's what they did. Okay, you should save your outrage for Russia and don't try to blame her for that. Okay, she's basically used as a pawn in this geopolitical game. And for those people that are saying, oh, well, oh, he just did this for 2024. They said some people are saying, oh, Biden just did this because he's going to run for president in 2024. No, he's the president. It's always the president's job to try to get Americans back if they can. Okay, and irregardless of the politics of it. Okay, okay. Him sitting on his behind, not doing anything, or let's say he decided, you know what, we're not going. They offered me the deal. Can you imagine if he would have held a press conference and said, listen, they offered me this deal, but I said no. I'm not releasing this terrorist guy. Oh, she's just gonna have to grin and bear it until we can make another deal. You think people wouldn't have not been killing him if he'd have said that? Of course he couldn't say that. He's the president of the United States. He's supposed to care about every American, civilian and Marine. So he could never say that. And for those people whining about that, saying, oh, what about Paul Whelan, who's been locked up for like, I think 8 years or so? Okay. How come Trump didn't get Paul Whelan out? He had the perfect opportunity, right? Wasn't he buddy with Vladimir Putin, right? Didn't he believe everything he said over even his intelligence agencies? So why come he couldn't strike a deal with Vladimir Putin to get Paul Whelan out? Okay, again, my heart goes out to Paul Whelan and his family because he doesn't deserve what's happening to him. And he's, like I say, he's being used as a political pawn in this game between the United States and Russia. And I hope he gets out sooner rather than later. But for these people whining about it and saying, oh, they should have never did it, they should have left her in there, just shut up, okay? Because it was your family member. You would never want that to happen. You would want the president to do everything he can to get him out, okay? So I think that's the real crux of it, okay? So these people, I mean, you can have any opinion you want on it, but the president had an option to get an American home, and he took it, okay? And I don't blame him for that. And those people saying, oh, he just did this because he's running for president for 2024, or he should have left her in there. It could be just no, okay? Just stop making dumb points that don't make sense. Because if that was one of your relatives in there, you'd want him to get. You want that person or that man or woman to come home, okay? You would do anything you could to get home. You would be pleading with the president to get, please get my family member home. And hopefully, like I said, I'm assuming they're still working on it right now, trying to work out some kind of deal to get Paul Whelan home. And I think hopefully he will get home. And my heart goes out to his family and stuff. And they showed, they showed a lot of class and stuff, being happy for Brittney Griner to get home. And also we do keep Paul Whelan in people's thoughts and keep his name out there so we can, keep pressure up on the government and on Russia to try to get him home. Okay, that's my whole feeling on that. So these people that are just saying that he did this because of politics and Brittney Griner should still be locked up is just to me, it's just silly. It's just absolutely silly. It makes no sense. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think about this. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my patron. I want to say a special thank you to my patron. His name will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say that patron, say thank you to him for supporting me, always having my back. And again, my patrons only $5 a month. I have tons of content on there, tons of unedited TV show reactions on there. I got Marvel shows on there, DC shows. I got The Boys Season 3, all 4 parts of Zack Snyder's Justice League, Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Book of Boba Fett, and much, much more. Follow the link down below to the Patreon. Check it out. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long, and take care.